let's imagine a world without words, where you have to only communicate through dance. For example, doesn't really make sense when performed like that, right? But let's deconstruct this. Imagine you're in front of a lush, green, beautiful park, and you want to go inside the park. So you start walking, and suddenly you see a squirrel fast approaching you, so you stop. Now the squirrel is closer, so you step back and stop again. The tension is high, the squirrel and you are making eye contact, and you somehow believe the lack of movement might make the squirrel disappear. After a few seconds, the squirrel retreats to the bushes, you relax, you continue on your journey. You walk, and oh, right in front of you there's an ice cream truck. The truck is full of love and happiness, and you just want ice cream on this hot summer day. So the excitement is growing and growing and growing until you can't take it anymore, and you jump with excitement. See how easily movement can depict social behavior? It was the expansion and contraction of my body, the expression of my face, the duration of each and every action, and as a whole, how you connected with the movement, which helped you understand what I was trying to say. It is this power of movement, this ability to connect and communicate without words that I harness in the dance therapy classes I conduct for my students. A few years ago, I started working with children on the autism spectrum. Autism affects the way a person's brain develops. Children with autism may have trouble understanding the world around them, and thus their ability to connect and communicate is impaired, which impacts social behavior. It's a developmental disorder whose exact causes are still unclear. You may wonder why I'm talking about autism. I started working with children on the spectrum to share and extend my passion for dancing. I then injured my tailbone, which brought my dancing to a standstill. During this time, I started focusing more on my work with these children because the absence of dance from my life showed me that there was so much more to dancing than physicality. It was about connecting. These classes, along with my injury occurring at this time, helped me formulate an approach which helped in both holding the attention of my students and aiding social communication in a way that could unlock the possibilities and potential I believe movement therapy had to help these children. The process initially began with finding connections with each student and doing exactly what they wanted, so they had a reason to listen to me as well. I still remember the first girl I worked with, Rupali, was so excited because we were both born in 2001. And another boy, Eka, who wanted to do nothing else but play Mia by Bad Bunny and Drake on repeat. These small moments helped me build relationships through which I could help them. Then I started explaining the benefits of dancing so they understood why they should attend my classes. This immediately made the children more receptive, after which I moved to orienting them to dance and creating a vocabulary of simple dance movements. Then came the real crux. I started giving the students words, phrases, and situations to work with so they connect physical movement with communication. This process of inactive learning, which is the principle that we can only know by doing, started off with action words such as sleeping or jumping, and then putting the words in a context. For example, when you've gotten something that you desperately wanted, what is something you can do to show you're excited? Maybe a jump or a frantic clapping of your hands. I saw that each student had a different reaction to the situation, and so they were able to develop their own form of communication. From one word to another, and then a few more, we started developing sentences. Stringing these sentences together, each child had a different story with the same words. In a class full of children with dynamic movements, students started learning from each other. I saw how they started understanding that, for example, happiness could be expressed in a multitude of ways instead of associating a single action with a particular word. This allowed the creation of dialogue through movement and a sharing of experiences, as well as a development of empathy. This concept of kinesthetic empathy, which is the principle that shared movement forms the basis for compassion and empathy within people, allowed social engagement in the classroom and the formation of relationships. We somehow, somewhere, understood each other, and we communicated this through movement with each other. There are people who make connections easily, and others who find the task more challenging. But this experience, this journey, showed me that through a single connection, the change one can make is unimaginable. So now, I had a group of children whose motor skills, ability to concentrate, and understanding of different patterns of movement grew, but also a classroom full of connections. Thank you.